Hey, this is Fraser Goodman, just reviewing two articles by Hugo Gray that was written in January 19th, 2019. These two articles of interest for Australian cannabis stocks set to burn brightly in 2019, and then Hugo Gray's written another fantastic article which gives a bit of an overview of his 6 Australian cannabis stocks worth watching in 2019. So you see the links below, just have a look. But basically he covers in this article 2018 to present, how the growth and the recognition of the Australian government to support legislative green light to marijuana exports, which many experts saw as a move to dominate the international market, which is currently being led by Canada, and Australia, as I found out in my previous videos, is one of the biggest developers of opiate cells worldwide. So these are the companies that are investing and preparing themselves as positioned by Wall Street to dominate the distribution of medicinal cannabis here in Australia and throughout the world. So Wall Street is positioning itself with heavy investment. So read the articles below, but I'll just go through some of these things. Last year we saw the continued rise of medical marijuana movement worldwide, with South Korea, Thailand, New Zealand and the UK all voting in favour of legislation. Meanwhile, Canada became the second country in the world to completely legalise the drug. However, despite these promising signs, it may still be some time before cannabis is fully legalised in Australia, as local politicians continue to lag behind more progressive overseas counterparts. The Therapeutic Goods Administration here in Australia has already approved cannabis as a treatment for any medical condition within prescription guidelines, significantly increasing Australia's potential market size. According to the CEO of MedRelief Australia, Russell Harding, Australian doctors are also becoming more aware of medical marijuana and are more prepared to assist patients to gain access to this new therapy. The number one factor, in addition to more and more patients requesting cannabinoid treatments from their doctor, is that general practitioners can now prescribe much more easily and don't need a specialist to support basic medical legislation. Labour backbencher Michael Peterson also attempted to pass legislation in September last year and would have legalised marijuana for personal use in the ACT. 35% of Australians have tried cannabis and 10% of Australians have tried it in the past 12 months. This is not a rare substance. This is incredibly commonplace in Australia, and I think it's time we changed our drug laws. Although the campaign to legalise recreational cannabis in Australia failed to gain significant momentum last year, things may be about to change in 2019. A groundbreaking study in 2016 conducted by Australian National University found that there was a rapid shift in the public perception of cannabis legislation 2013 and 2016. The ANU study found that in 2016 the number of Australians who supported legislation has also skyrocketed to 43% in Australia. Only 32% of the population were found to be in opposition, while 22% remained undecided. The study's authors predicted that Australia may see the majority shift in favour of legislation as early as in 2019. Public sentiment continues to swing in favour of legalising recreational cannabis. So looking ahead, cannabis stocks appear to be ramping up for 2019, which we'll have a look at. The key now is to apply further pressure on global pricing, achieved by driving the right economies of scale with producers, suppliers and manufacturers. This will get the product to a price where it is affordable. As Hugo Gray says, right there, buckle up, it's going to be extremely green year. So the next article is 6 Australian cannabis stocks worth watching. You can click on the link below and ascertain which of those stocks may interest you. But I'll just do a brief overview of what Hugo Gray suggests. Last year, the government also gave the official green light to marijuana exports, opening up the growing international market to Australian companies, while numerous clinical trials were launching, testing the effects of medicinal cannabis on wide-ranging conditions including insomnia, epilepsy, autism, and multiple sclerosis. So, significant growth in 2019, and Australia pot stocks are still highly undervalued thanks to 12-month market-wide downturn. 2018 saw share prices decline as investors became more nervous about the high-risk nature of pot stocks, a common trend of any emergent industry, causing some sections of the market to succumb to a panic sell-off. However, there's also present a golden opportunity for savvy investors looking to buy into the cannabis market, as last year's share prices wipeout has left many stocks valued at a fraction of their previous worth. Several companies are already showing increasing promise as we look ahead of 2019, and it seems well positioned to capitalize on the Australian and international cannabis market. We'll start with the biggest pot players currently operating on the ASIC. AusCann. You can have a read of that company there. Is undoubtedly one of the most prominent competitors in the Australian medicinal cannabis market. The cost of an R&D site will take $5.25 million of the AusCann $40 million in funding, and in September last year the company announced that it would be moving away from the pot growing sector and instead pivot towards the development of a cannabis-based medicinal products. Okay, so you can read about that. It did decline 72% in 2018, as you can see. They have recently begun to rebound in a value following the announcement that Cann, which AusCann jointly owns with Foodicon Dyer, has commenced growing operations as part of a lucrative deal with Canadian medicinal cannabis developer Chiron Life Sciences Corp. Okay, so the next one is Altea. Okay, and let's have a look. It's a Melbourne-based company. It's sales-driven growth, and it tends to pursue a strategic partnership with companies in Canada, with low-cost medicinal cannabis producers. Founded in 2017, it's managed to get 5 branded medicinal products on the market. So you can see the similar decline. The company is extremely pleased with the result to date, given that 70% of all products dispensed were provided to patients within the last 3.5 months. Okay, so Altea's immediate focus is to continue to educate doctors and repeatedly building our patient base. So the next one is Bod, BOD, and the CEO of Bod Australia, Joe Patterson, was enthusiastic about the results of the company's clinical trials, calling them outstanding. Okay, so they're broadening our use for pursuing additional research, producing pharmaceutical grade CBD oil called Medicalopilus. And in November last year, it secured a deal with discount pharmacy giant Chemist Warehouse to distribute the medicine nationally. This followed the September negotiation of a similar agreement with Priceline for its MamaCare pregnancy supplement. Okay, the next one is Creso Pharma, founded in 2015, and its products are increasingly popular in recent years, alternative both over-the-counter prescription medication. Reports from animal doctors indicate that CBD also yields a number of positive health outcomes in older age. animal health is just one of the 5 areas that the company's model focus on, along with lifestyle products. Creso Pharma. Okay, and the one is MMJ Group Holdings, formerly known as MMJ Phytotech. So they are basically in the last year the company elected to offload Phytotech Therapeutics onto a Canadian cannabis producer, and according to their CEO, will benefit its shareholders as well as free up time. They invested $5 million into MediPharm Labs, the owners of the largest medicinal cannabis oil production facility in Canada. So the other one is Zelda Therapeutics, a biotech company. First clinical trials aimed at treating chronic insomnia sufferers with a medicinal cannabis formulation. The study will be conducted by the University of Western Australia Centre for Sleep Science and will involve a randomized placebo-controlled crossover trial of 24 patients. This research team also launched a pancreatic cancer study last year to explore the impact of Zelda's cannabis formulations in conjunction with chemotherapy agents. And so your Gunja is having a good time in 2019. So Hugo Gray writes, although nothing can ever be truly certain when it comes to investing, we believe that these stocks are well placed to capitalize on the growing worldwide cannabis market, and those who chose to get in now will have the chance to take advantage of shares high that are yet to come. If you're an investor that's looking to go green 29, then watch this space for more updates. So that was written by Hugo Gray, Melbourne-based journalist with a body of work that covers the device range. So thanks for watching this rather lengthy video, but I did think it covered some very important topics about, in the background, about the cannabis stocks and the Australia position getting ready on Wall Street to deliver medicinal cannabis worldwide, which does raise the question about the current demand for CBD oil and how most of us are sourcing them from suppliers from overseas for personal use. But in the same token, the position is fairly clear that to get this availability of medicinal products, it is going to cost a lot more in the future once they've sorted out all of their positions in developing these products. And already there are signs of delivery mechanisms of these products that are being developed into Chemist Warehouse and Priceline, and it's only 2019. So if you're interested in investing in stocks, so you can clearly see in the links below, you'll be able to get an accurate picture and hold on to the space. So check out my free ebook about CBD oil, beginner's guide, and there's some other information. Thanks for watching. This is Fraser Goodman from Hemp Gold Coast.